There you are. Chris, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Um, I'll just start off by saying I'm down with the flex alert. Tell me about why you do it, what makes you want to do it, and what signal are you sending to the masses when you're with your
Um,
flexes?
I really feel like, after you make a play, you just get up and, you just do whatever come to mind, and that's what comes to mind when after I make a play, and you know, really the fans and everybody outside really made it a thing, and I just kind of ran with it.
Yeah. Does anybody ever give you any grief about it in the locker room?
I mean, me and the guys play about it all the time, but it's become contagious. You see other guys out there flexing too, and I kind of feel like it sends a message of we're here, and we plan on staying here.
Cool.
Joe, go ahead.
Chris, during his press conference the other day, Coach Herman mentioned about how y'all have 4 games left, and that would mean, winning out and going to the Big 12 title game. How's that message received? I know he's big on taking things one game at a time, but it sounds like he's already sort of making plans to be in Arlington. So how is that message received, and how do you kind of spread that message as a captain throughout the rest of the locker room?
You can't win them all until you win the next one, and that's kind of how we look at it. You got to take it one game at a time. That's 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 really what it is. Like that's really exactly what it is. Like you cannot win them all until you win the next one. So we worry about the next one, and that's really the message going around the locker room. Like the next one, be where your feet at. Just kind of be execute, just be in the moment. Don't look ahead. Just be in the moment.
Kirk, you're up.
Yeah, Chris, a two-part question. Did you do the flex in high school in Houston, or is that just a new thing with you?
No, I didn't actually. It's kind of a new thing. It's kind of a
Did you
new.
do something else in high school?
Say it again.
Did you do something else to celebrate in high school?
Uh, no, I just celebrated with the guys, like me and the guys. I went to school with a lot of my best friends and things like that. So it was kind of like on the field, we would like make jokes about a lot of things that was going on outside, like outside of football, and that's kind of how we stuck together.
And would you say you're the baddest guy in the Texas secondary?
No doubt.
Why do you feel that way?
Yeah.
Explain why you feel that way.
I said, would you say I'm the baddest guy?
Hell yeah. The flex guy has to be the baddest guy, wouldn't you?
And I just I just feel that way because I know the work I put in. My teammates know the work I put in. The team, my teammates know how I come to work every day, and it just shows. It shows on game day. I'm grateful. I give all glory to God, and just keep pressing forward.
And the last thing, Chris, you're a senior. Can you just kind of sum up your career? Has it been what you thought it would be, and you're just maximizing it these last few games?
My career, uh, is definitely hasn't been what I thought it would be, but I'm grateful for what it is. Coming out of high school, everybody wants to be that star guy. Coming right into college, and unfortunately, that's not how my situation went. I ended up redshirt in my freshman year, playing a little bit of team. The years throughout, and finally, having that breakout season. Scratching the surface and getting the opportunity and taking advantage of them. But it's
John High, go ahead.
definitely.
Chris, what's been the biggest difference you've seen in the defense over the past few games as opposed to earlier in the season? And how do you not take Kansas lightly when you guys just have kind of beat them down over the years besides the past four?
Um, I feel like the defense as a whole, every week, we continue to improve and continue to become knowledgeable about different things, and that's helped in multiple areas on the defense. And you can't take nobody lightly. I've been on a team where we play Kansas and we end up losing. I've been here 5 years, so I've been on both sides of the fence, so I know that anybody can lose to anybody if you don't don't play well enough to win, regardless of how good you are.
Chip, go ahead.
Chris, it sounds like BJ took out a couple of your own guys in practice last Thursday. I guess both tight ends. So who's the hardest hitter on the team?
Man, everybody, we all go back and forth with, who's the hardest hitter, things like that. I feel like everybody on the defense is willing to strike, and, I kind of love that about everybody. One guy have a hit bigger than the next guy one week, and then all of a sudden he the hardest hitter. You might have a guy who ain't struck nobody all year. He get one good thud, and he say he the hardest hitter. So, we always go back and forth with who's the hardest hitter on the team, but it's a fun deal. I love the guys.
How do you rate BJ as a hitter?
Oh, BJ's a great hitter, great player, even better teammate. He come down and put his full body on things. Love that about the kid. He's gonna be great.
Cedric, go ahead.
Yeah, Chris, who do you watch? I mean, guys, you're one of those guys that brings something with him when he arrives on the scene. Kind of a smaller Jamal Adams. Who do you watch on that next level that you're like, man, that's how I like to play my game?
So, I kind of like to incorporate my game, with a lot of different things like different guys do, especially my Texas guys, Earl Thomas, Q Diggs, Kenny Vaccaro, and even like your old school greats like Brian Dawkins, Sean Taylor, guys like that. Just kind of get a mix of trying to be a mixture of all those guys in one, and he'll be, at my full self.
Chuck, you're up.
Yeah, you mentioned, you've been here for 5 years. There aren't too many of you who've been here for 5 years who remember that Kansas game in 2016. What do you, when you think about that, what's your takeaway from that? What was that like in the aftermath and everything else that you guys went through back then?
So kind of walk you guys through my experience that game. I actually redshirted that. That was the year I redshirted. So I'm actually laying in bed. I'm at home. I'm like, man, you know what? We got Kansas this week. I even took them lightly myself. Not even playing, not even actually being on the travel squad and being in Lawrence that weekend. So I actually went to sleep and I woke up and I looked at the score, but I'm like, oh man, and it was a rude awakening. Like, you can't take nobody lightly, no matter how good you are, no matter how bad you think someone is. Like, you don't play well enough to win, you can and will lose. Point blank, period.
Steven, go ahead.
Yeah, Chris, we've seen the defense playing with a lot of swagger lately. You've been flexing, and it seems like everybody on that side of the ball is really starting to get into a rhythm. Do you think that your energy is contagious to your teammates on the defense, or do you think that the way y'all have been playing as a unit has kind of been energizing you?
I feel like a little bit of both. I'm kind of a guy that, the guys rely on as far as like energy and things like that, regardless of the situation, regardless of the circumstances, I'm gonna bring it. So, if I gotta be that plug, if I gotta be that electrifying force to get my guys going, then so be it. We're gonna get going. But we definitely bringing that swag back. Like I said earlier, man, we here and we here to stay. So definitely gonna be seeing a lot more swag from Texas defense.
Got time for two last ones. Start with Brian.
Yeah, Chris, we always talk to DBs after, and a lot of times we're asking about tough plays where the receiver makes a big play. But what kind of adrenaline boost is it for you to come over the top and knock a ball away in the end zone in a tight game like West Virginia? What does that do to your confidence and mindset when you have that kind of play?
It's all explained in the flex. Like, that's what comes out. Like,
Yeah.
after a play like that, after situations like that, if things happen like that, like you see the flex, like it's electrifying. Like, and then I look around, I see my guys flexing, like I see the guys going crazy. Like, it's unreal. Like, it's lovely.
Cool.
Right, Kirk.
Yeah, Chris, do your teammates have a nickname for you? They call you anything special?
And I go by Big CB.
Big CB, who gave that to you?
Who gave it to me?
Yeah.
I did.
You gave yourself the nickname?
BIG, the I lowercase, because I ain't do it on my own.